Hi there, welcome to the Musical Homestead. Today we're gonna have some fun with rhythm. And to help us out, I rated my kids' play area and I got some blocks. So if you're ready to see how we're gonna do rhythm with blocks, let's get started. If this is your first time at the Musical Homestead, do me a favor. Go ahead and click the subscribe button below and turn the bell on so you don't miss out on any of our fun games and activities. Today we're talking about rhythm. And here's the deal. If you've ever played any instrument, sang, played the piano, any of that kind of stuff, looked at music, you know that you have to read rhythm. It's just part of music. And you know that there's some things you have to learn. You have to learn what all the notes are, how many counts they get, and how do they fit in a time signature. So today we have a fun little game that we're gonna do. If you wanna join us, this is what you need. You need to pick up some Mega Blocks. My kids had some, so I grabbed them from them. And then you need a Sharpie. This is gonna come in handy. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna be talking about the time signature 4/4. And I've gone ahead and I've written that on my Mega Block. Now if you notice, the top number 4 means there are 4 counts in a measure. I have 4 little bumpies, so I have 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. The bottom number tells us that a quarter note gets 1 count, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. The reason I'm doing 4/4 to start with is this is what we call common time, and you're gonna see this most often when you're just starting to play with music. So get your Sharpie out, write 4/4 on that. Then there's some notes that you just have to know and you just have to learn for music. The first one we're gonna talk about today is a whole note. A whole note gets 4 counts. If you look at it, it looks like kind of a big fat oval. So you wanna write a whole note on there and you wanna find a block that has 4 little bumpies. Now, if you notice, I made my time signature block shorter and then all my note blocks are gonna be a little bit thicker and you'll see why I do that in a minute. So we have a whole note, 4 counts. The next note I want you to write down is gonna be a dotted half note. And if you look here, a dotted half note is gonna get how many counts? 3, even if you didn't know that, it gets 3. Now you've learned something new. So put your dotted half note on there and then put that aside. That's what that Sharpie's for. Then we have half notes. And I made 2 half notes. So I got 2 yellow ones. They're nice and tall. And if you notice, each half note has 2 bumpies on top to remind me a half note gets how many counts? 2, you're right. Okay, so we have 2 half notes. I wrote those on. Then we're gonna do quarter notes. And I'm gonna show you what I did. I did 4 quarter notes. I used red for my quarter notes. There they are. And I drew 4 quarter notes. So 1 on each. You're gonna see that a quarter note gets how many counts? 1. A quarter note's gonna get 1 count. And I have 4 of them, and you're gonna see why I did 4 in a minute. And the last of the main notes that we're gonna talk about today are eighth notes. What I've done is a lot of time, eighth notes travel in pairs, and they're beamed on top. So I have put 2 eighth notes on these yellow blocks. 2 eighth notes together equal 1 full count. So I have this one and this one. I've got 4 of them, if you can see. I've got 4. Once you have all of those notes written down on your blocks, you're done with your marker, so you can put it away. And then it's time to play. I like this part. So now we're gonna figure out, but how do I fill up a measure and how do I know if I'm doing it right? This is the great thing about our time signature block. In 4/4, we only get 4 counts. So I can only fill this up with 4 counts. Let's get my whole note out. When I stack it on top, you can see, hey, look at 4 counts. My whole note completely fills my 4/4 time signature. So I'm gonna take that off. Now let's go to our dotted half note. So if we put this here, you're gonna notice it gets 3 counts and we have 1 more left over. So we need to get 1 more to go here. Let's put a quarter note on there. Now you can see that my measure is completely filled. Cool, huh? Can't put any more, can't put any less. Let's look at half notes now. If I were to put half notes in here, uh-oh. I still have 2 beats left in my measure. So let's go ahead and put another half note on there. That's why I have 2 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is my measure full? You're right, it is. And then we'll use our quarter notes. I've got 1 quarter note. Where's my quarter note? 2 quarter notes. They're hiding on me. 3 quarter notes. And 4 quarter notes. Here are my 4 quarter notes. 4 of them will fill up 1 measure. And then last but not least, I have my eighth notes. And when I put my eighth notes on there, I'm actually gonna have 8 eighth notes that are going to fill my measure. So you can look and see. Here are my 8 eighth notes that are gonna fill this measure. Well, now that we've figured out how we can go ahead and fill our measure, we gotta talk a little bit about how we clap the rhythm. Let's start with our whole note again. We'll make it easy. Our whole note gets 4 counts. So I want you to clap. I'm just gonna tap. And here we go. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Super easy. That's how you fill a whole note. That's how you put a whole note in a 4/4 measure, and that's how you tap it. Half notes. I'm jumping the dotted half note. We'll come back to him. Half notes, this is how we would do it. And I want you to join me this time. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how we would do 2 half notes. And I told you I'd come back to the dotted half note. So let's put that on top. And then we'll put a quarter note there because we have to fill it. So now this is how we're gonna clap this one. Let's do it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a kind of a cool thing. Let's say we wanna loop it and keep doing it over and over again. Follow along with me and you'll see what I mean. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just keep going over and over until I get this down. Now we've got all our quarter notes. How many quarter notes did I get to put on here? Did you say 4? Great. Okay, I'm finding them all. Okay, so here we have 4. So now let's tap this one together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see I looped it again? I did it twice. And then finally, we have our straight eighth notes. Each eighth note gets half a count, but together in pairs, they get 1. Now, I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna teach you something new. Eighth notes are counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna tap it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Excellent job. I'm gonna show you what happens if we overfill our measure. So I'm gonna get this dotted half note. Let's say I wanna add a half note. Can I do that? I can't because look I overflowed my measure. I can only have a quarter note to fill up my measure. See how that works? If I were to throw a whole note on there, can I put any other notes? Nope, because my measure is full. It's kind of cool. The other thing that's kind of fun is you can play with this, and I want you to play with this. I want you to create your own rhythms, and I want you to challenge somebody around you and see if they can clap it. So I'm gonna do that. I created a rhythm. I filled my measure, so it's all full, and we're gonna try it. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, you did it. Good job. That's the fun thing about this. You can do them in any order. I can have this here and maybe put this there. Or guess what? I can put this here and I can put that there. As long as I have filled my measure completely and not gone over, I have created a measure that will fit in 4/4. Have some fun with this. Get the blocks, challenge your friends. Another thing that you can do is you can get a sheet of paper and you can write down different rhythms on the paper. You could create maybe 4 different measures in 4/4 and see if you can clap all of them. You might be able to make one for your friends. Give them a challenge. Maybe put 4 measures together and see if they can clap it out. If they can, awesome. If not, why don't you help them out? We have so much fun here at the Musical Homestead learning rhythm, and I really hope that you had fun with my blocks today. I would love for you to give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and turn on the notification. That way you will not miss out on any of the cool ways that we learn music here. I really know that it's going to help you on your musical journey. So until I see you next time, always remember, have fun learning music. Bye.